The easiest and quickest way to go to jail in this country is working in the healthcare sector, and I'll tell you why in this video. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fajira. If you're joining me for the very first time, I'm so happy to have you all in my beautiful family. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always coming back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate. God bless you. If you're new to this channel, I create content on how you can migrate to the UK, jobs with visa sponsorship in the UK immigration updates, live in the UK, scholarships in the UK, like everything you can think about the UK. So if you're someone who is interested in such content, do hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so each time I upload a new video, you're definitely going to be the very first person to see that video. So guys, before we dive right into today's video, please do like and share this video with your friends and loved ones, especially those who have just migrated to the UK, those who are planning to come to the UK, those who have been in the UK. This may just save their life. You know, like I said at the start of this video, that the easiest way to go to jail in this country is when you work in the healthcare sectors. Lots of people don't really understand the ethics when you work as a carer, as a senior carer, as a nurse, and so on. I shared a video recently about a nurse that her PIN was withdrawn and she was sacked, and she can never work in the healthcare sector because her DBS will never go through because of negligence, and eventually the patient died. This is a story of another 4 carers. Apart from this, I already had a video of 2 other carers that were chatting about drugging a patient to sleep so they could have enough time to themselves. I'll share that video in the future. It's not just about race, but this is about individuals. So it's not about this person is from this particular part of the country or whatever. No, this is about individuals. If you're migrating to the UK, to the healthcare sector, guys, you have to be very careful. There are ethics, and I would say every training that you are given to do, please ensure you attend those training, because you don't know what you will get at from those training. Like I said, the easiest way to land in jail in this country is working in the healthcare sector. I've seen a lot of cases, and I'll be sharing a lot of them on this channel. So as you can see, 4 Nigerian health workers jailed for abusing 89-year-old patients in the UK. 4 Nigerian healthcare workers have been jailed in Wolverhampton, UK, after they were caught on film physically and emotionally abusing an elderly patient. The question is, if you know that you cannot take care of an elderly patient, what is the essence of you coming to work as a carer? Coming to work as a carer, you need to be tolerant, to put your mind to it. You have to be compassionate. You have to be that kind of person that really wants to take care of other people. If not, you can't work as a carer in this country. As you can see, according to the police, the woman, 89 years, was at the Wolverhampton care home. She has vascular dementia and cannot speak. The BBC reported that the health workers were caught on film physically and emotionally abusing an elderly patient. How would you do that? Think about your parents in that same situation. Would you want to see anybody maltreating your parents? No. So if you cannot take that, somebody doing it to your parents, I see no reason why you should give it to another person's parents or another elderly person. So the police officers has also disclosed that her family had secretly installed a camera and recorded the abuse, because they have had feelings that this has been going on. Each time they come to see her, they see a lot of bruises on her, and all they could do to save their parent was to mount a private camera. Guys, you have to be very careful if you're working as a carer in this country. Most of the houses, most of the accommodations we go to, there are cameras, secret cameras that you won't even know. So whatever you're doing is recorded. If you're looking after the patient very well, or the services are very well, it's also recorded, and one day you will get a good reward for that. And if you're maltreating the patient or the service user, it's also recorded, and one day you will be sent to jail for that. So you have to be mindful of what you do in the UK. Yeah, it's sweet to migrate to the UK. Oh, I'm currently in the UK. You take photos as a carer, working as a... But guys, there are ethics. When I mean ethics in the care sector, especially when you're a healthcare assistant, there are so many ethics, and a lot of people that are coming that do not have experience. This is where they make a whole lot of mistakes. Recently, a carer was sacked because she was praying for a patient who is already under palliative care. And palliative care, which is like end of life care, is when the patient is already dying and A carer went to pray for the patient, and that was how the carer was sacked. I'm not saying that you can't pray to God, but you are work ethics. You don't take your religion to your place of work. Nobody's saying don't practice religion. Practice your religion, but don't bring it to your place of work, because it looks like you trying to convince somebody about something they do not believe. She went to pray. Yeah, ordinarily prayer is not bad, but when it comes to work, you have to do your work according to what you have been asked to do, because your time while doing that work is already paid for, and you have to do according to whatever they have asked you to do, not for you to come and lead somebody to Christ on duty. Somebody was sacked, and that CS was withdrawn because of that. See on my screen, I wouldn't want to call their names, but the 4 of them were found guilty and sentenced at Wolverhampton Crown Court. The family had noticed bruising on the woman's arm after she had been in the home for a year, while she had also become nervous and was scared to be touched. Detectives added 8 care assistants were charged and 4 were found not guilty after a trial. 2 out of the 4 were found guilty of ill treatment and willful neglect and sentenced on December 8 to 4 months in prison. Well, I said this 4 months is too much or not too much for them. Bear in mind that once they're out of the prison, they can't work in the healthcare sector. And if they are already on a visa that sponsored them from overseas to the UK to work as healthcare workers, then the COS will be withdrawn and they will have to look for another company to sponsor them. Now, getting another company to sponsor them is not really easy. A lot of people are currently in the UK looking for other companies to sponsor them because the essence of the companies that brought them has been revoked. It's not really easy to switch sponsorship. So for these carers, if they were sponsored from overseas to the UK to work, then it may be a bit difficult for them to get another job that will sponsor them and continue to keep them in the UK after they are out from the prison. The other 2 were found guilty of the same offenses and sentenced to 6 months and 4 months respectively on November 14th, which was just a few days ago. The sad thing about this whole thing is that the woman sadly passed on in October, and imagine towards the end of her life, you can imagine the torture, the trauma she must have gone through before she ended up giving up. I pray her soul rest in peace. But guys, if you're watching this video and you're currently in the UK, or your plans is to come to the UK to work as a carer, you have to be compassionate, because you can't take care of other people's parents when you can't even look after your own parents or maybe after your children. It's difficult. The care job is really difficult. I'm not saying it's easy. The UK government made it easy for people to use that pathway to migrate to the UK, which we all know that it's been abused as well. But at the same time, the job you're coming to do, if you're lucky to get a company that have got hours for you, it's not an easy job. People complain to me on daily basis how they are struggling and so on. But you know what I tell them? I say you're even lucky that you're actually working. You've got hours. There are people that are actually looking for these hours that you're complaining about, so enjoy it. So when I tell them that, it gives them a little bit of hope, but I just need to tell you that you have to be careful, which is why I'm filming this. I have another one that I was going to film before I saw this, which I will also film in the future. But please guys, the UK is good to migrate to, but in as much as you want to migrate to the UK, you don't want to migrate to the UK and end up in jail like this, guys. Definitely they will come out, but their life will never be the same, because there are certain things they can't do. When a DBS is done for, if you just migrated to the UK, you may know about what I'm talking about, because you have to do your DBS, which is as the same as a police clearance, but your police clearance is what you have done in your country and the DBS is what will be done here. So you have to do it. And if you have had this issue like with clients, none of your DBS will come out well, because it will always show that you've done this, you've done that. So please be careful. Be careful. I know everybody wants to jackpot, yeah, and once you jackpot, you're snapping and everything, you're showing everybody. But in as much as you're here, whatever that has brought you here, do it well. Do it in a way that even when you want to resign from that organization, they will beg you to stay and increase your salary. That's what has always happened to me everywhere I work. I'm not really bragging about this, but every organization I've worked in the UK, at any point I want to leave them, they plead for me to stay, they increase my salary and so on. If I still want to stay, then I will stay, but I've never stayed, because each time I plan to leave, I just leave for another phase of my life. So be that type of employee that when you work in an organization, instead of them to look for a way for you to be sacked, they look for a way to keep you. Don't come to work and every time you're on your phone, There's a CCTV camera. And remember, the day they want to watch those CCTV, you must definitely have a query. And if you say these services are crying, and I've seen a lot of videos recently where care workers are maltreating service users. Guys, these are people that are like your parents as well. So if the same way you want people to look after your parents, give that out to the people you're looking after. What goes around comes around. So you have to be very careful. I had to film this video. I really felt bad that this service user passed on. But like I said, may her soul rest in peace. And these 4 Nigerians now are currently in jail. Yeah, they will be out, like I said, but it will never be the same. It may be difficult, except they've got their British passport. But if they haven't got their British passport, then they have to think of an alternative to keep them in this country. Otherwise, they will be deported. So guys, this is just what it is. This is just to create an awareness and not to say, oh, this particular people. The other one I want to film is not, they are not even Nigerians. And I'm sure you will be shocked to see the people that actually did that. You will be very shocked to see them. And I'll share them, and I'll also share their pictures as well in my future videos. So we've actually come to the end of this video, and I hope you find this video helpful. And if you do find it helpful, please do like and share so YouTube will recommend it to others to create an awareness. And also, if you're yet to subscribe to join our beautiful family, do hit on that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so each time I upload a new video, you're definitely going to be the very first person to see that video. Until I see you in my next video, guys, do take care and have a lovely day. Thank you for watching. Bye bye for now.